Welcome back to a series so unemployed. Even League of Legends subscribed. In today's video, Hasan continues his daily meltdown. This time, he's talking about how his life is a living hell and he's blaming it on Israel. He's now crying about being isolated from other communities and how he can't grow his influence anymore because everyone refuses to associate with him. He's now blaming his editors for not clipping him in China properly and being incompetent at their job. Asmongold has responded absolutely loving this. Streamer Burnt Peanut has called out Hasan and the dog shocking saga continues. The top streamer charts have dropped and Hasan is once again behind Asmongold. Meltdown incoming. QT Cinderella has revealed the streamer awards is 30% panel voted, essentially admitting that it's rigged. Tectone has called her out, roasting the fake streamer complex. Streamer Los Polos is calling out QT for apparently being disrespectful. Subscribe or you crash out daily like Mr. Diddles Piker. You're cooked.
Let's up those numbers!
Now let's begin. Right, so we're back from the very long break, and even while I was gone, Hasan was still crashing out and blaming all his problems on Israel. Hasan talks about how being anti-Israel has made his life a living hell.
I will say this, okay, at least from my own personal experience and from people who I've talked to that are running for office or are in positions of power, or even like media figures in general, Israel will make your life a living fucking hell if you are outwardly and overtly anti-Israel. Like it's not even a question. There is only one group of influence peddlers that have more motion and more intensity and more investment in making your life a living hell until the end of time, and it is absolutely the Hosberists. They do not operate with like with the same level of intensity as like other interest groups. You can be a fucking anti-big oil guy. You can be a climate change guy. You can be anti-billionaire. They will come after you for sure, right? If you are those things, but never to the same level of fervor. I have never experienced anything like this in my 12-year career as a political commentator on the internet. Like the amount of shit that I've gotten from virtually every front.
Yeah, I wonder why Hasan gets a lot of shit, guys. No reason. It's probably Israel, of course. I mean, this guy cannot go one single day without bullshitting. I mean, you make your own life a living hell, dude. Nobody's asking you to do this. You're the one doing dumb shit daily, like electrocuting your dog and then lying about it 50 times. I mean, who does that? Who supports terrorists? Who claims they hate oppression and then soy faces when it happens in other countries? I mean, I don't know what to say. You're just the biggest hypocrite on the planet, and that's why you get called out. You can't just be blaming everything on Israel. We're not the Mossad here, all right? As much as you want to believe that every single one of your ops, Asmongold, Ethan, Destiny, Sloptubers, they're all working for Israel somehow. Yeah, that theory just doesn't make any sense, man. Like, nobody's buying the shit. Also, how ironic is it that he's talking about, like, the worst group of people, right? The people with the most harassment. Buddy, have you seen your own community? Oh my god. Literally filled with the most psychopathic, terrorist-loving freaks known to man. Literal cult who automatically believes every single word you say, and they endlessly harass anyone that you deem as an op, right? Who dares to have a different opinion than you. But no, it's the other communities that are bad, guys. Right, so then he says that he's actually being very real about this situation, and he's not joking at all.
And it's never just about Israel either. Like, just like with, Jamal Bowman or Corey Bush, right? When the lobby came after them, they didn't actually do it on the boundaries of like their position on Israel. They did it on whatever their area of weakness was, or whatever the most like successful avenue of attack was. They just presented them as being against the Democratic Party and the Democratic primary, that kind of stuff. Like it's achievable. You can defeat it. You can certainly defeat it, but you will have to deal with a metric ton of unimaginable shit forever. So it could possibly be that. I don't know. Maybe she couldn't fucking deal with the heat. I'm just surprised though. But it's not. I'm being super real about this. I have never experienced personally. I've never experienced like I've had haters when I had 35 people watching me, right? I've had haters when I was like not even remotely relevant working at the Young Turks, but nothing compares to this level of animosity. So it could very well be her just waving the fucking flag because she just couldn't deal with it.
Okay, so I don't know about her situation specifically or whatever dumb political shit he's yapping about, but I can assure you the Hasan hatred has nothing to do with Israel, all right? In fact, it's just a general hatred of frauds on the internet, out-of-touch streamers, animal abusers, allegedly sexual harassers, according to his good friend QT, self-admitted propagandists, and generally just evil, disgusting liars. A net negative on society as a whole. That's basically what people don't like. People responded with the Joker meme, and it's just, why would Israel do this? Why? Why are they after me, guys? Made his life living hell? Bro, you got more MSM puff pieces about you than Mother Teresa. This millionaire Nepo baby really loves playing the victim. Israel needs to do a better job then. Being pro-terrorist has somehow backfired on me. I just don't get it, guys. How has this happened? Isn't that a normal opinion to have? We got Kaya as the agent of Mossad, obviously, from the fridge to the TV. Israel, Destiny, Ethan, and it's Chuck from Better Call Saul. It's because of a coordinated far-right Israel. Dude, I can't believe he said that. Like, you would think that would be a joke. I wanted to laugh at him for being delusional, but then I remembered he knows he's lying to his stupid-ass fans. There's no possible way that he hears the criticism of his behavior and actually says, this is Israel's fault. Nobody's that narcissistic. It's just not possible. Okay, let me introduce you to Hasan Piker. All right, let me introduce you. Also, it is very possible that you lie so much that you convince yourself that you're saying the truth. And I'm pretty sure that that's what's happening with Hasan. Right, moving on to Hasan talking about how he's on this island and nobody wants to be associated with him and he just can't grow his influence anymore and spread the socialism gospel. And honestly, we used to pray for times like this. Hasan talks about his lack of social media output in China and being criticized by others while trapped on an island.
I'm annoyed. What else is new? I'm annoyed with my output. No Instagram posts. I just focus so much on streaming and I rely too much on the Hasan industrial complex. I don't post anything. I don't post anything on my fucking Instagram. I don't post anything on my TikTok. Or I guess my TikTok team is just slow to pull the trigger, which is kind of shitty. But what are you gonna do? But like we've been pumping out so much endless amounts of content, like literally nonstop, every single day. And I feel like I'm not circulating it enough. So I'm frustrated on that front. Why are you worried about posts on IG and TikTok? As you said, you pump a lot of content. They're endless streams. Okay. Here, well, let's do a little inside baseball. I am currently trapped in an ecosystem where I'm basically an island. Okay. I have a lot of friends and it's great. And that island is big. It's very big. It's one of the biggest islands in the streaming world, right? It's one of the top 10 largest islands, but it's an island nonetheless. And the problem is we're partitioned off from the rest of the world.
Yeah, I mean, because you live in fucking Hollywood in a $3 million mansion, dude. Of course you're partitioned off from the rest of the world. You put the partition there because you don't want to mingle with the peasants. Of course you're out of touch. I mean, the only time you leave your house is for PR reasons or to spread your propaganda, right? That's why even when you travel the world, you still feel like you're an island because essentially you're still bringing those same values with you. And what a good boss here. I love how he blames his team. He's like, my team sucks, guys. My editors suck. You know, I stream so much and, you know, I have so much content and they don't even clip me. That's why I'm not growing, not because I'm an insufferable fucking moron. It's because I'm just not circulating enough, right? First off, you're circulating a lot, man, just not for the reasons you want. You're actually very viral just for, you know, shocking your dog and shit like that and lying about it. But you're not viral for being a brilliant political commentator. That's something you desperately want. And I wonder why. And just answer me the one question that what do your clippers actually even have to work with? Because of course they just can't clip you regarding any situation because most of the time you just make yourself look bad. I mean, this Twitter account clips you a bunch and look at what's happened to you, buddy. It's ruined you because you do a splendid job of just making yourself look like the worst person ever. If I had the job of clipping you to make you look good, I'd be unemployed too because it's an impossible task. Maybe change your content so they actually have stuff to clip, you know? And he's sort of comparing himself to Speed here because Speed went to China and he went to all these places and he always gets clipped on TikTok and all these platforms, but the same didn't happen to Hasan and he's malding over it. Also, let me give you guys some behind the scenes insights as a creator, right? The thing with clipping is that it's actually a lot of work and it's basically a separate job, right? You gotta hire the right people for it, especially if you wanted to do well. And it's obvious that Hasan is basically just lazy to find these people and do that work, right? And I get it, you know, I'm the same way as well. That's why I don't really have any clips at all. I've considered it in the past like multiple times, but I don't really need it per se. It would be nice to have. If someone wants to go do that, go ahead. I'd appreciate it. But whatever, you know, I just sort of make videos for fun. I don't really care if I'm not like a big business or anything like that. So I choose not to stress over that stuff. But the thing with Hasan is that it seems like he wants something like Asmongold Asmongold's clip editor, right? Who just makes a bunch of clips and they go viral all the time. And he just expects that to happen automatically without actually creating any meaningful content. There's also the other possibility where he actually found like a good editor, but he just pays peanuts and nobody wants to work with him because he's actually a fucking staunch capitalist dog behind the scenes. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, okay? Someone who grifts as a socialist is like, well, actually, you know, this $1, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to penny pinch here. So then he talks about how he's not allowed to collab with anybody and he just can't expand his influence anymore.
We're partitioned off of the rest of the world because anytime this island travels, like the natives of this island travel to other islands, okay, and to show friendship and collaboration, the enemy islands come in and seize in on the waters and start making it, you know, uninhabitable for all of the other surrounding islands. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, in order for this community to just not stay the same fucking size and consistently expand and spread the good gospel of socialism, I have to expand. Right now, I'm not doing enough on that front. Yes, you need more TikTok editors. 5 TikToks in 11 days is not good enough. Yeah, we should have been putting out 30 TikToks a day. I'm gonna tell Austinox to hire one of these like clip farms. We should have been putting out 30 TikToks a day. We would have had at least like 10 of those 30 go super fucking omega viral. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It don't matter. Quality over quantity, bro. I get you. No. On TikTok, it's not quality over quantity. On TikTok, it's about speed and it's about pumping it. It's about flooding the base, flooding the zone.
Right. So is he like having a business meeting with this chat right now? Am I eavesdropping here? I feel like I should leave or something. Buddy is just not doing too well. But obviously, I'm going to stay. First off, this is wonderful, all right? That people are actually cutting you off. Now, Hasan is no longer allowed to interact and befriend the normies or the regular people, right? Before, he would sort of willy-nilly go on Trash Taste while, you know, actively supporting terrorists in the background and stuff, right? And now, when he does that type of stuff, people instantly call him out in the comment section and they basically campaign like, get this guy off your podcast or I'm not watching anymore. Right? And that's wonderful. Nobody should associate it with the psychopath. But to be fair, he's kind of right with the clipping stuff that if you get a ton of clips, yes, you do go viral, whatever. That is like the era we're in, clip farming, they call it. And I pretty exclusively grew through long form, so I'm not really an expert in this field, nor do I want to be. That stuff is way beyond me. But I feel like you still need some substance, right? At least the phase guys or whatever, they do like IRL content where they clip farm on a daily basis. You might think it's cringe or whatever, but it works and they go viral over it. The thing is, when people see you, you're just fucking there and you're boring. They immediately recoil. They're just like, oh, electric dog guy. It's the dog shocker guy. Oh, it's the America Deserve 9/11 guy. Oh, it's the terrorist glazer. Oh, it's the Hezbollah flag guy. Oh, it's the guy who blames everything on Israel. Like, there's just so many things about this guy at this point that nobody can take him seriously. And the thing is, you know that every day he's basically out there on Asmongold's channel and he's refreshing it every day saying, I wish this was me. I wish I was this big. I wish I had this whole clip complex to make me go viral or whatever. And honestly, it's embarrassing. You make fun of Asmongold all the time, but he seems to be a better businessman than you. He seems to be able to grow his influence much better than you can, and you're losing to a guy who doesn't take a shower. Pure responded, bro thought he was gonna get the speed treatment. Wait, the socialist was worried about productivity and people slacking off? Maybe you should incentivize clippers or editors to do more by paying them or hire more people at a higher wage. That would mean capitalism, money, money, money. He's realizing that no one cares about him outside his crash outs at home. Terrorist island confused as why all the other islands are hostile. iShowSpeed showed up with a lot of positivity and charisma. He did a lot of spontaneous traveling and made an effort to try and engage with locals who seemed genuinely curious and excited about his energy, and he in kind took recommendations from them seriously. Hasan showed up on a carefully curated plan, acted kind of bummed out the whole time, openly did state propaganda and failed at it, and acted awkward as F. Anytime he was around real Chinese folks he wasn't being paid to be with. That clip of him talking to Speed at the streaming awards made him look like a sleazy producer trying to rope Speed into a bad contract. And here's the clip.
Oh my God. Listen, I DM'd you the other day to tell you how much I appreciate you. You are fantastic. I think you're doing a phenomenal job. I love your evolution. Obviously, Free Palestine all the way.
Yes, sir.
The last time I think you were worried about like donating to my charity that I was putting together for Syria and Turkey. The
Oh,
earthquake.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Growing up a lot in the last couple of years. I'm a big fan. Turkish donator is obviously the best donor.
Uh-huh. Hell yeah. Yeah,
You know
sir.
that?
Dude, oh my god, I hadn't seen that. This man is such a fucking like suck fuck up, honestly. I mean, he does the same shit to the FaZe guys or whatever, or basically anyone who's popular that's not Asmongold. Essentially, he will just suck them off repeatedly, constantly, and mingle with these much younger streamers, hoping to keep his relevance, pretending they're actually good friends, and the other person just has to sort of nod along and be like, why is this fucking old man trying to cozy up to me right now, you know? He looks like a teacher talking to a kid. I'm crying. Speed looks scared. Hasan is gonna pull out the shot caller. Hasan has such a clout chasing regard. Cringe level 100. You can tell Speed is cautious about associating, but I still appreciate him. You know damn well Hasan trying to clout chase a real clout demon, and he wants that Speed collab clout. Dude, even when the YouTube short commenters clock you, I think you're just cooked at that point. Stay away from Hasan. Diddy Potty Pika. Indeed. Right, so Asmon responded,
I am currently trapped in an ecosystem
I'm currently trapped. I'm annoyed. What else is new? This is bad.
where I'm basically an island. And the problem is we're partitioned off from the rest of the world.
Partitioned off? So he's like North Korea.
Basically what I'm trying to say is in order for this community to just not stay the same size and consistently expand and spread the good gospel of socialism.
I think that really if you say something like this, the reason why you want to expand the community is just to push like a political agenda. Why would anybody want to engage with you in good faith at all?
Right now, I'm not circulating it enough.
You're going to be on an island, but you're going to stay on the island to the extent that you view collaboration as an opportunity for you to spread your social agenda and your political agenda. People don't want to be used as a tool for that. It's kind of obvious, but there it is.
And you know what I say, f*** 'em. Hasan might have gotten all the fluff pieces, but only one streamer got the cameo on Devil May Cry. Some people call it the highlight of the whole series. Huge!
Yup, there's that editor we were talking about. And by the way, I got an editor too. He's absolutely goated, and I could not do the series without him. A lot of the funny parts in the series are thanks to him as well. So shout out to him. Leave a comment. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And yeah, the thing is, Hasan just sort of admitted that the only reason he wants to collab is to spread the gospel of socialism. Like, dude, nobody wants to be friends with you if that's all you're gonna do. Like, why would they consider you a genuine person when you admitted that you're using them to further your influence and for your own game, right? Isn't that what, like, sociopaths do? Like, the only reason they interact with you is for their own personal benefit? Also, look at him sipping his cup like an actual evil villain, dude. Oh my god. After his, like, monologues as well. Moving on to someone posting an update on Hasan's pickup basketball situation. So, recap, last time he was denied to play basketball about like 3 times, and he implied that it was some form of racism or something, because he's brown or white or whatever he chose that day.
I don't know how to be politically sensitive about the situation. Something that happens on basketball courts universally, but it is what it is.
Well, people have found another reason. Found out why no one actually wants to play basketball with them. It wasn't because of politics.
All right, now we can actually warm up a little bit. You know what I mean? Accidental button, no. Right here, let me too hard, Austin. Okay. You don't have to go that hard.
Wow, so it turns out Hasan was just ass at basketball, so yeah, nothing to do with the racism there, buddy. Also, is it just me, or does he like walk around like an animatronic, bro? Does he got a turd in his pants or something? Like, what? Hasan runs like he Googled how to? I know it's anecdotal, but every grown adult I know that didn't play sports as a kid has terrible motor control, even when they're physically active as an adult. Hasan looks like those adults. What do you mean? He was very athletic. Yes, you know, it takes a lot of energy to torture a horse like this. To be fair, when you grow up playing polo, it's hard adapting to the sport of peasants. Wasn't Hasan a fat kid or something? Don't say that, or you'll tell you to fucking die and perish. Remember that last clip, dude? Play it.
Who the f do you think you are, bitch? Suck my fucking cock. Okay, perish. Perish.
Moving on to streamer Burnt Peanut calling out Hasan. He makes things awkward for Myth while giving him dog training advice.
What are you doing? I have just recently learned of a great dog training method. Have you not been on the internet at all? Have you been living under a rock? Shock them into so much pain until they don't move. It's uncertified.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitch.
Have you not seen that? Have you not seen that?
I think I'm gonna go the other way with that one.
No, Hasan said so. It's the best method.
You can cosplay as Thor.
Yeah,
No, I
strike
think I'm
him
actually-
down.
Yeah.
I
Second he moved, I got him. That man, no, it's simple.
Did you
No,
just
that's
move that
true.
pawn under 8 hours?
I need you for stream content.
Yo, Myth ain't against nothing. I don't want to be rude, but Myth is under the chain. It is what it is. I mean, yo, Hasan's got all the boys all chained up like this. He doesn't have just one dog around him. He's a dog walker. Let's keep it about. I'm not trying to be rude. He's got all the dogs like this walking him around. It's fucking crazy.
Look, Hasan, you are going viral. The clips are working. Look, everybody is talking about you. Isn't that what you wanted? By the way, in case you forgot, Myth is the Fortnite guy. He was like the rival to Ninja, I feel like. I don't really know what he's doing now, but I do remember he had some like sort of woke takes in the past or whatever, so it would sort of make sense to be a Hasan Glaze or whatever, but I don't really hear much about him anymore. Ninja I still hear about a little bit or whatever, but yeah, I think the era has sort of moved on right now. But you know, just saying, you shouldn't be afraid to criticize Hasan. I don't know like how many people he's got the collar on, like XQC said, but this might be one of them. Awkward. Myth and Hasan are friends. Alright, Burnt Peanut needs to win all the awards. Man has single-handedly brought back the love of streaming, just having fun, no grifting. I actually don't know anything about this person. You guys can let me know. It's actually so funny that everyone outside of the LA Griff sphere now just thinks of Hasan as the dog shocker, so far that even complete normies can recognize him as the guy that shocked his dog. That will be his legacy forever and ever. Moving on to people calling out the double standards involving Hasan. SEC calls for Hasan Piker's Twitch ban after telling a 33-month subscriber effing die.
Fucking die if you're gonna do that. Okay, that's number one.
This is absolutely TOS. People have gotten banned consistently for telling people shit like that over and over again. It is it's a clear rule break that most people would get banned for, 100%. They even ban people for jokes that have that. E-Rob was banned for that. But, like I said, Hasan is, let's be honest, he's kind of like...
Hello, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy here. Did somebody say Hasan? Oh goody, I just purchased a fresh gooning rag. Today will be my first use. And after that, right into my collection it goes, unwashed. What's that? XQC says Hasan should be banned? Well, that's a perma-ban for XQC right there. See ya, pal. Unless, of course, he's willing to trade me some e-girl contacts. Then we got a deal, of course. Bonus points for extra Emily. DJ Dan the Diddler out. Okay, Dan, you're 60 years old at this point. Can we stop with this, man? Can we stop with this? E-Rob got a 30-day ban for jokingly saying he'll fight one of his viewers in offline chat. I didn't even know that was the offline chat. Jesus. Spoiler, he won't be banned. Shocking. Okay, Hasan, you know the drill. What day are you taking off? They'll ban him the day he has to fly back from China. Soy face. Craziest part of this song is a damn near a middle-aged man telling people in Twitch chat to die. Like, how far gone are you that you make XCC look like a reasonable person by comparison? Okay, I will not take any Socrates slander in this house. Moving on to Hasan's worst nightmare. The streamer charts have dropped their top 10 USA Twitch channels. Kai Cenat, Asmongold, Hasan.
Oh my fucking god. Top 10 channels from USA from hours watched? Oh my god. How am I so high? Is this on Twitch? Oh, it's only on Twitch. Like, I've got no problem being number 2 behind Kai. I think he did a great job. We got Hasan. Obviously, we got Hasan, and he is a grinder. And obviously, I took off over a month this year, but, you know, he's got over 2,000 hours here.
Okay, not gonna lie, that is actually so demeaning. So he's basically like, yeah, I took a month off, guys. But yeah, you know, Hasan is pretty close. You know, if he tries really hard on one of the platforms I'm streaming on, he might be a little bit close to this Twitch one here. I don't know if that was intentional, but he's just being a dickhead, which is funny, honestly. Hasan is not gonna be happy about that one. He's about to hallucinate Israel in a cereal again. Didn't Asmon take a whole month off when he was dealing with the father situation? Crazy, I've never met a human who watches Hasan. I don't know, guys. Let me know your stories. You know any Hasan fans, or is this all a psyop? Hasan, a socialist living like a capitalist. Asmon, a capitalist living like a hippie. I'm currently trapped, Nepo baby millionaire. Really trapped, just, you know, flying to China here. I'm currently trapped. Another shock for Kaya. Unfortunately, every time Hasan gets into any drama, it's another zap. Moving on to QT Cinderella, essentially admitting the streamer awards are rigged. Streamer awards is 70% fan voted and 30% panel.
And yeah, I don't know why this is always a thing that people are confused about every year, because it's been on the website every single year, like consistently. It is 70% fan vote, 30% bot. or 30%. Oh, great. 30% panel. Someone in Darkrow in chat typed, I'm a bot. And then I said that. Oh my God. Great. Here we go. God damn it. Oh God. Darkrow in chat typed, I'm a bot right as I said that. It is 30% fan vote. No, 70% fan vote, 30% panel.
I just don't know why she insisted it's not rigged. I mean, it's obviously biased in a sense. I mean, you can't really argue with people calling it like the friendship awards or whatever when there's a panel that likely just biases your friends. I mean, the thing is, you even had Hasan, one of your, good friends or whatever, calling you out saying that it's basically rigged, right? Because he wasn't nominated and he was obviously very offended. Or maybe it's just revenge because you leaked that he had a shock collar. Maybe he's just getting back at you.
The collar is taped off.
But I just find the whole thing so dumb from, Jason getting mad at a clip of his ex or whatever, and then Cutie actually crying over it. By the way, a full-grown woman in her 30s crying on stream for a thing that she chooses to do for attention is just crazy. And by the way, even if you're streaming, you can always just, turn off the camera. That's what a lot of people do when they're about to cry. They just turn off the camera, or maybe even start crying. You're like, okay, let me turn off the camera. But instead, she purposely keeps it on. Okay, it is to fish for attention at this point. And I'm not saying you can't have genuine moments on camera where you're crying. You can, but with her, it's like a recurring theme that she does this for attention and she wants to act and play victim or whatever. And she tries to pretend it's like some selfless thing that she does. Like, oh, I go through all this effort. She had that whole tweet about, oh my God, I go through all this effort and, people just criticize me or whatever. But you obviously do it for money and attention. Like, don't act like this is some selfless thing. You get a lot of props for doing this, all right? So nobody's buying that shit. So then Tectone calls her out.
QT Cinderella is possibly one of the dumbest, most unlikable on the entire platform, where the only reason why people actually do shit with her is because they understand that it opens them up to collaboration with other creators and levies them higher for awards where they can get their own dick stroke for a big old shiny prize. Wow. Yes, guys, I'm sorry to tell you this, but a lot of streamers, the only reason why people actually interact with them is because they understand it opens them up to other avenues and, more self-serving ego strokes by whatever awards they can win. It's the truth. Just look at the Mizkif thing. Nobody wanted to talk to Mizkif. Nobody even liked the guy. And everybody knows everybody hated that bitch. But people know that if you're friends with Mizkif, then bada bing, bada boom, you'll go on Schooled. You'll go on Parasocial. This, that, and the other. So they swallow their own pride and they eat the shit. That way they can go to pastures new, hopefully, and then burn the bridge later. Who knows? So Stream Awards happen. Cutie Cinderella blatantly just removes problematic streamers from the entry pool, and then says, no, guys, actually, all these people who are blowing up on every single platform, like Nick Fuentes and Asmongold and shit, even Hasan, actually, nobody actually really watches them or likes them. They're all just view botters. Yes, she insinuated that any big streamer that did not get voted for was just view botting. And come on, guys, let's just get a grip here. And yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think most people care about the Streamer Awards. Some streamers might want to be sort of like acknowledged by their friends or their peers or whatever, but I feel like most people don't care. It's more about the hypocrisy of the whole thing and the fact that these people think they can blatantly lie to our face and get away with it, right? Like the whole shock collar saga, where so many streamers just jumped in on the lie train and exposed themselves as disingenuous fucking hacks, right? Moving on to streamer Los Polos actually being one of the few people that did care about these awards, and here he is mad that he was not nominated for an award as the best duo with his dad or whatever, but instead invited to host.
I've seen her go on her stream and basically insult multiple people's communities for not showing up for them. So what are you trying to say? Well, let's break down. What does that mean? Oh, you don't have enough community. Really? That's what that means. So now you're insulting everybody who didn't get nominated. Oh, they just don't show up. I know for a fact how many people were literally spamming votes. I was promoting it every single day for 2 weeks.
Okay, quick interjection. Why would you admit that, okay? I was spamming votes for 2 weeks and I didn't win. Really, dude? For a fake award show? Jesus Christ, get a grip.
if they decide like, okay, well, the 7th place person, like, it makes more sense for us to put them in, they'll just swap someone, bro. That's just how the shit works. In the thing, she said, 70% fan voted, 30% experts on a panel. We don't know what that is, bro. And I just feel like we wasted time. I feel like I promoted just this person's show for every day for 2 weeks for no reason. To go, oh yeah, you guys, we want you and your dad to come present the award. Hold on a second, bro. Wait a second. You want me and my dad to show up to the award show and present the award that we should be nominated for? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that shit. I'm definitely gonna be there. Yeah, let me RSVP right now. Are you out of your like, what?
Oh my god. So you're basically saying the only reason you promoted her award show for 2 whole weeks is that you wanted to win this duo award or whatever, and now that you didn't win it, you're mad at her. I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Maybe if this was the Olympics, okay, but this is QT Cinderella's Stream Awards. How old is this guy? There's no way. 30! He's 30 years old. You can't be serious, bro. Another streamer in their 30s embarrassing themselves, bro. Like, surely you can criticize her, but why are you having a man-baby meltdown over some fake-ass award? Dude, I'm sorry. I went into this clip thinking that, okay, you know, another person exposing QT for being fake, but now I'm just like looking at this and I'm like, buddy, you're kind of pathetic here. Like, I don't know. He might be a cool dude or whatever, but in this particular thing, like, I can't believe you're legitimately pressed over this. This is actually sad. Here we got Mr. Beast coming out of nowhere talking about the whole Twitch situation. Mr. Beast, how do we get the YouTube community more tight-knit like the Twitch streaming community? They're always collabing, hosting award shows, etc. Feels like YouTubers are on separate planets. Trainwrecks responds, the live streaming community is not tight-knit as a whole. There are beautiful pockets of it here and there, but for the most part, it is all an illusion for the viewers and the paycheck. I hope one day this changes, but for now, everyone pretends to be friends with each other while secretly hoping they fail, or at best, secretly hoping they never do as good or better than themselves. And when they do, these groups will do everything to bring them back down. Case in point, people like Pokimane turning on XQC and stuff. Most of the mainstream industry is made up of fake transactional friendships to sell as much brain rot content as possible. The happiest and most successful stay in their own lanes because they know all that is waiting outside of it are hungry, nasty people who paint smiles on their faces of cameras waiting to eat them alive in hopes of one day trading places with them. God damn, that is pretty dark as hell. But yeah, I feel like I'm one of those people who stays pretty solo here. And I get Mr. Beast's point where, you know, streaming feels a bit more like friendly and, you know, I'm pretty sure there are some like groups who are having a lot of fun and stuff. You know, the thing is, I'm all for, you know, being closer with YouTubers and things like that, but it just doesn't work out because a lot of us are making different content or whatever, living in different places or whatever. And if you're actually living close to each other, then you have a better chance. And if you're doing the same content, right? Also, there is the point that a lot of creators are just basically sociopaths and they're just not good people. So, like, I have a few sort of YouTuber friends and we just sort of keep to ourselves and we talk behind the scenes or whatever. You'll never see us actually like collabing in public or anything like that. But yeah, that's just because it's just not convenient or whatever, you know, different time zones and shit like that. Anyways, we're back. Missed you guys. That one day honestly felt like 10 years because I love making videos. So yeah, thanks for watching. All the wonderful, awesome comments. I see them all. Love you guys. Now click this video for some good luck on your day ahead. All right, no threats today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.